Okay, I have a quick but fun effect based on quasi-Bessey sequences of order 4. So as you can see, I have a good selection of card values, suits, and colors. So let's go ahead and gather them. Now, since the two of us saw the cards, why don't we give it a Charlier 1 shuffle. If you've seen this before, it's kind of a fun way to mix cards. In fact, I can add a link in the description below to the Charlier 1. Now we're going to deal out the cards. You see 4 here and leave the remaining 4 as a second pile. And now we're going to do individual mixing of each, with you deciding all of the important steps regarding how do we stack these things. And you can mix each of these differently. So for example, we can deal out into 4 piles like so. We can stack from left to right or right to left. You have a choice, left to right. Okay, why don't we do another one of those? We can even do something called kind of a modified leapfrog stacking. Would you like to see that? From right to left? Okay, so this one leaps over its neighbor, lands there. This one leaps over its neighbor, lands there. And then this one's placed on top. We can also do something called a down-under Australian shuffle. Famous shuffle. Would you like me to perform one or more of those? 2 of those. Okay, that's fine. So down, under, down, under, down. Last one goes on top. You wanted a second one. Down, under, down. The last one goes on top. Should we do one more into 4? How would you like these stacked this time? Left to right, right to left, or leapfrog? In either direction. Leapfrog from left to right. Okay, so that one leaps over this one. This one leaps over this one, and then this one is set on top of that one. Okay, are you content that these cards are beyond the knowledge of anyone here, right? Okay, very good. Let's mix this one. You want to begin with a down under. Okay, that's great. Hopefully that won't mess up everything. Okay, and then let's see, into 4 piles, your choice, left to right, right to left, or leapfrog. Just left to right, no leapfrog. Okay, that's fine. Should we do one more of those? Right to left, leapfrog this time. Okay, good. Either one, any of these are fine actually. Okay, great. And then finish there. Would you like to do any more down under? 3 of them. You've got to be kidding me. Golly. Under, down, last one on top. Down, under, down, last one on top. Down, under, down, last one. Ugh. Okay, that's a pretty tiring mixing there. How would you like these stacked? Left on right or right on left? Left on right. Okay, very good. Now, we're going to deal into 4 piles, but do something different with them. We're going to take the 2 middle ones and then just randomize them thoroughly. The 2 outer ones, randomize them thoroughly. Kind of gather these together. Sorry, I went off the camera view there. And then how would you like these stacked? Top on bottom or bottom on top? Bottom on top? Okay, that's great. Now, as a final important set of options or choices for you, we're going to randomly Klondike pairs to the table. You are 100% free to tell me how to pick these up. Which pair should I grab first? Bottom right, top left, bottom left, top right. Okay, wow. So from here, we'll just deal out the cards into 2 piles. Call it good. Okay, well, let's see what all of your choices have brought us to here. Okay, so I'll set these over here. I don't know if that's what we were hoping for. Okay, let's see. Let's take a look at these. Well, do you think we've accomplished anything surprising here? With 4 red and 4 black, I kind of thought we should separate the reds from the blacks. I mean, that would be very surprising, but we haven't actually done that. Oh, wait. Once again, there's a written prediction off to the side. Golly, I almost forgot here. Okay, so what is it we were supposed to accomplish? You will separate the even value cards from the odd value cards. Okay, is that true? Let's see, ace is a 1, that's odd. King is a 13, odd. Jack, 11 odd, 7 odd. These are all odds. Okay, 2, 8, see, queen's a 12, which is even, and the 6 is even as well. We nailed our prediction. Our prediction is 100% correct. Okay, wow. How did we do that working together? And just think about it. If you had made even like one different choice along the way, how would you know how this would turn out? Probably not like this, right? Okay, so let's talk about what's going on here and how you can do this right away. Okay, so what we're using here, as I mentioned at the very beginning, we're using what are called quasi-Bessey sequences of order 4. So what you need here is to set up the cards as either even, odd, odd, even, odd, odd, even, so that pattern repeats, or what we call the inversion, where the even and odd values switch places. So let's do the top one. So you can do like, oh, well, no, we're not going to do that. Sorry. So that's how I set it up. I set it up with this structure, okay? Now, to make it a little bit easier to see what's going on, as I often do, let's go ahead and just use red cards and black cards as our dichotomous characteristic. So instead of evens versus odds, it's going to be reds versus blacks. So if you want to picture the reds as even and the blacks as odd, or vice versa, that's fine. In fact, we can even just do it. Why don't we say red, 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 black, 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 black. Okay, so that's what we're going to do, so we can visually see what's going on a little bit better. Okay, so let's quickly build this. So we need a red, 2 black, any 2 black, and then a red, and then another red, remaining 2 blacks, and then a red. Okay, so this is, in fact, I should just clarify my statement here. Each one individually, like that red, black, black, red, is a quasi-Bessey sequence of order 4. 4 because there's 4 cards here, or elements here. This is exactly the same structure. So technically we've stuck these together and we call that a concatenation. So it's the concatenation of 2 quasi-Bessey sequences of order 4. Okay, so we can see that we've done it. So red, black, and then red, black. So let's go through the whole thing with the cards face up so you can see what's happening. And you can see why we've chose this special organization, these quasi-Bessey sequences, because of their ability to survive a lot of different mixing procedures and not be harmed. Okay, so since we're doing it face up, I'll leave the cards like this. Do you remember what I did first? I did a Charlier 1, and I have a link in the description below. Okay, so this is a powerful little shuffle. I've called it that because there's no name for it out there. I've never heard anyone even talk about it. Okay, so 1 is to denote that we're moving 1 card at a time. Okay, so it's a regular Charlier, so you move 1 into your other hand, and then the bottom single card goes on top. Top card over here goes bottom, bottom to top, top to bottom, bottom to top, top to bottom, bottom to top. Okay, so what it does is it's equivalent to a 50% cutting of the cards. It's like taking the top half and moving it to the bottom half. Well, it's still going to have this structure here, right? Red, black, black, red, red, black, black, red. So it won't hurt anything, even though it gives the impression of, really mixing the cards quite well. Okay, and then from there, what did I do? I dealt out 4 cards, right, and left the remaining 4 as the other pile. Well, of course, these are just our same little packet structures here that we're looking at. Now, because of the structure of this quasi-Bessey sequence of order 4, we can mix it in a number of different ways. I've just used a few of them here. Okay, so one way that we can mix them, why don't we move this for now, is we can deal out into 4 piles. Now you can stack from left to right, right to left, or this kind of modified leapfrog. Okay, so you can see what happens. If I go left to right, will I be fundamentally changing kind of like the organization of the cards? Well, not really, right? Okay, so you haven't heard anything. And even the leapfrog stacking, maybe we'll do it from right to left. This one leaps over its neighbor. This one leaps over its neighbor. And then we have and need this one to land right here. Okay? And so as you can see, that's preserved this red, black, black, red structure. Okay? And then the last one was, why don't we do it on this one here just for a change? The down under shuffle preserves this kind of arrangement. So down, under, down, under, down. Last one goes on top. So the down under preserves this particular configuration of the cards. Okay, even the cards are moving around, but the fact is we have reds on the outer and then blacks in the middle. Okay, very good. Okay, so you can do as many of the dilling into 4 piles as I just showed you, and as many of the down unders, and it won't hurt anything. Okay, from there I had you randomly stack these, which is fine, and then we dealt them out into 4 piles. Well, what did I do? I just took the middle 2, mixed them. Oh, okay, these are all black. Take these 2, mix them. They're all reds. We don't care where they go. Okay, so we have reds up here, blacks here. You can randomly stack these. Okay, so maybe we'll put black on red or whatever. That's fine. Now we're getting close to the end, because from there I just did a Klondike shuffle into into 4 pairs. Okay, maybe with this one there. Well, look at these. These are all structurally equivalent pairs, right? Black on top, red, followed by a red. Black, red, black, red, black, red. So it doesn't matter how you pick these up, you will be creating an alternating packet that alternates between, here's between reds and blacks, starting with a red. Red, black, red, black, red, black, red, black. Okay, well, what happens if you left-right shuffle this kind of arrangement? In fact, we could have, from here, if we wanted to, we could do a full Charlier shuffle. I guess you could add that if you wanted, because it is a cyclic construction now. So the full Charlier shuffle, you don't limit yourself to moving just 1 card at a time. Won't hurt anything. And now you just deal out into 2 piles, left, right, and you are done. In our case, we separated the red cards from the blacks, or in the case of the performance, we separated the even value cards from the odd value cards. And I constructed the original packet. I had 4 red and 4 black, and I did it, if you go back to what I had, I did it in such a way that it's going to come out that the ending piles won't be of opposite colors, right? And so that would suggest that, in fact, maybe you messed up as the performer, because if the spectator's expecting a perfect separation of colors, you did not accomplish that at all. And so then you kind of pretend to remember, oh, wait, I have a written prediction here. Open that up and then show that you've nailed it. You have even value cards on one side and odd value cards on the other. Okay, well, that's the secret to it. And the engine driving it are these special sequences. And I'll add a link in the description below to the playlist titled Bessey Sequences and Quasi-Bessey Sequences, so you can learn more about these, because there are countless ways to take advantage of these special card arrangements to achieve unbelievably unlikely and mind-blowing card effects. Okay, so thank you for watching, and take a look at other videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel.